Serious, what is the quickest manner in which you've witnessed someone destroy their own life? For me, arrive at work on their first day, as a temp at around 10 a.m., caught stealing the boss's wallet at 12:30, taken away by police at 1 p.m. We had a temporary office intern at work that my boss thought very highly of, and for good reason. He had a very bright future ahead of him. She created a permanent position for him at our hospital on Friday. I was out sick on Monday. Came back Tuesday to discover the same boss had fired him. Turned out the intern decided to look up the private medical records of every coworker, and then ask the coworker about their medical issues that had found in the records. Like didn't even know to hide his crime. He went from promising intern with a very bright future to a hey, don't me like this insanely stupid person cautionary tale at staff trainings. Working at a coffee shop in college and was training the new guy on the register, meaning I was standing at his shoulder and telling him step by step what to do. The first time he took payment from a customer, he very obviously pockets the 20 bill, moving in slow motion like he thought that meant we weren't going to notice it. It was so blatant the customer and I actually looked at each other in shock. And the customer actually said something along the lines of, "Did you just put that in your pocket?" He denied it to our faces up until the manager threatened to call the cops. Baffles me to this day. My friend had a full-ride scholarship to a university in Georgia and got in with the wrong crowd and ended up going to jail for selling weed and lost her scholarship. She works at Domino's now. I was in the army doing a joint training operation, and it was time to drive home, and one of the fellow NCOs said they are diabetic and needed some food before we hit the road, and a captain in our group said something along the lines of, "That's okay, if you start seizing we can put it to good use," and made forcing ahead into his lap motions. The full-bird female colonel in charge of our intel group was close enough to hear the whole exchange. I am not 100% sure what happened to him, but the gossip was not good. The spontaneous saga. Motorcycle accident at 2 a.m. on a highway. Dead in the middle of the road with his friends all on the shoulder talking to the cops. Buddy of mine bought his first car. He and a friend decided to drive it real fast home. Black ice, went head-on with another car going about 50 mph. Both guys survived, but as the reckless driver it bankrupted him and left him permanently injured. Our other friend survived as well, in much worse condition. The driver of the other car thankfully sustained minor injury. Dude really never recovered. The rest of his life was just skating from one bad decision to the next, but you can draw a straight line from the accident to the flameout. Heroin, he was dead 18 months later. Had a friend jump into a shallow river and now they are paralyzed. A guy I knew from high school went to a college party and, long story short, killed someone. It wasn't an accident either. There was a confrontation, he got mad, and later found and killed that guy. He was a bright kid and could have gone far. Instead he destroyed his life and then took his own, which caused his best friend to take his own life days later. So not only did he destroy his own life, but so many others. Broke up with GF. She gets a new fella pretty quickly. She was always a party girl and apparently this dude was too. Found out they'd both gotten addicted to crack and meth about 4 months into lockdown. Drugs? I was flying my ultralight. Another pilot was practicing aerobatics at low altitude. They entered a symmetric spiral, lost consciousness from the G-force, and died on impact. I was in the room when someone took cocaine for the first time. Within 8 weeks their fiancé had left them and they had lost their job. Had a friend who was offered a free trial of ECT at a psychiatric hospital. He decided to try it for shits. It completely zombified him, his personality gone and memory completely out the window. Last I heard he was still same after 2 years, never went back to his old self. Multiple DUIs. To the point where the individual is going to serve time in prison. Sad cause they were never like this when I was young. My husband's ex-wife filed a false police report and threatened their kids to say my husband sexually assaulted their daughter. The kids told the police it wasn't true and she and her boyfriend tried to make them lie. She lost all rights to the kids and was looking at charges for false reporting and child abuse. It also sparked an investigation into welfare fraud and disability fraud. We don't know what happened as far as her charges. She stopped coming to court to fight for her kids. She moved somewhere else and changed her phone number. We don't know where. It's been 2 years since she's seen or talks to her kids. Former coworker got a cushy job at Metro North through nepotism. He had his life spread before him at 24. He also always drove like an idiot, and wound up killing 2 of his friends speeding and driving drunk home from a party. Currently doing 25 years. Edit. Forgot to add. Another former coworker got out of jail on a year-long weapons conviction. As he was being released, he told the cops he was gonna kill the son of a bitch who snitched on him. Now that he was free, went right back in. He's still locked up for drug trafficking today, a fake top. Alcohol,